Hey guys, it's DC and welcome to the Soap Sanctuary where all soap lovers are welcome. This is my Young and the Restless review pulled apart. I may change its name later down the line after I record this video. But I finally watched the episode honoring Joshua Morrow and I guess his 30 or 35 years on the Young and the Restless. And let me say that was actually a pretty good episode. And this is the thing where I always say on soaps is that we should be able to have more flashbacks on these shows. It shouldn't just be once in a while. Literally, you have so many years of material. Why do we have these flashbacks more on the shows? Especially for new viewers coming in who don't know who the hell is who. It would help, that's all I'm saying. But this is what I found most interesting in watching the episode with Nick in the flashbacks. We've always known that Nick has pretty much adopted Cassie as his daughter, right? For our longtime Y&R fans. But what I never knew is that Nick didn't actually accept Cassie at first, or he struggled to accept being a parent to Cassie. And I was like, whoa, I did not know that. I just thought like he was like, hey, Sharon, it's your daughter, so it's your daughter, it's my daughter too, and let's do it. That's what I would presume. I didn't start watching Y&R until 2006, which was like pretty much right after Cassie had died. And then Nick had slept with Phyllis and Summer came along and all that jazz. But the thing about it is I didn't know he struggled with that. And here's the thing I noticed is that Nick mentioned in one of the flashbacks that he struggled with the idea of raising another man's child. But this is what I heard. As viewers, many of you probably just heard him say, I struggle with the idea to raise another man's child. But what I heard was something totally different. What I heard is, I'm struggling with the idea of raising a child that might not accept me as their father. Because honestly, behind a lot of conflicts for a lot of couples, there's usually an unconscious fear or an unconscious narrative going on that we either have in knowledge or we don't know how to vocalize or put it into words. I think with a lot of people who don't want to be step parents or be with someone who has a child, that's probably the innate fear. Is one, the responsibility probably, but I think at that point, Nick and Sharon already had a child, so he was already a responsible parent. And two, the other fear, which was Nick's fear, is that what if this child doesn't accept me as a parent or a parental figure or an authority figure in their lives? What then, right? What then? That's probably the question in a lot of people's mind when it comes to people who have kids. Like, oh my goodness, are these kids gonna even be able to accept me as like a parent? Are they gonna respect me? Because if you were to probably be with someone and you find they had a child, and let's say a fortune teller told you that child's gonna worship the ground you walk on, they will accept you as their parent, they're gonna listen to every word you say, and they're going to love you like the hands down. And they were able to help you look into a crystal ball and see every time you came home to your partner, and that child is running up to you, loving on you as a step parent, right? Seeing you as their other mother or father, right? You probably might be easier to digest the vision a little bit, wouldn't it? Because you feel like there's less resistance that would come with it. There's less of a conflict that's gonna come with something like that, right? Now, once you get past the responsibility part is not the issue, then usually it's gonna be that. So I thought about that watching that video. I was like, wow, I didn't know that he struggled to accept Cassie at first. And I think that for Nick, that was really the big issue for him at the time was, can I accept the fact that I'm about to enter into a child's life where they might not even accept me as their parent? Because honestly, this child didn't even have a relationship all the way with Sharon even as of yet. So he's like, how am I gonna fit into that? And I'm not even her biological father, right? How can I fit into that? With step parents, that's why they don't know what they can and can't do. They probably wanna go in, they probably want all the child, they wanna probably provide stability for the child, even discipline for the child in a healthy way, but they don't know what they can do that's allowed, what are their bounds, what are their parameters, right? What kind of role can I have in this child's life? Let's say if I was with someone who had a child, I would want to be able to be a part of that child's life, to pour into that child, to give that child an allowance, to do those kind of things. And if I couldn't, it would make me feel weird. I'm not gonna lie, low key, it would. But I think that was Nick's dilemma. Where do I fit in this child's life? And will she allow me to fit into her life? And if I try to force myself in, will she accept me? Noah accepted him by default because I was a child, he raised him, boom, boom, boom. But with Cassie, it was different. She didn't know these people. She barely even knew Sharon, right? And so that's what I heard when I heard Nick say that. Will this child be willing to accept me as a parent? That's what I heard. That's why in life, when you hear one thing, you can hear another thing being said at the same time. And that was a beautiful episode. Honestly, we never see Nick unless he's getting his regular coffee at Crimson, and that's about it. And he's done his quota for the month or the 6-month mark. But it was nice to see that episode. And I remember when they did something similar with Lauren a while back ago, and I wish they would utilize more of these characters. Honestly, I would like to see Nick in a more diversified role. I'd like to see more of Nick being used, but I'm okay with what they've given us so far for Nick. But anyways, guys, that's my Young and the Restless review, pulled apart. You get 2 for 1 today. 2 for 1. But anyways, guys, this is the Soap Sanctuary, and I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one.